This one is motor. Okay. This is the root compression or disc. First come with the picture. So this is the picture of dermatome. Where is the supply? Especially in the foot, they want to know about the supply and they want to confuse us with the supplying and they want to know the root of the nerve. Okay. Or sometimes root compression or sometimes the nerves, which nerve involvement. Okay. Now, if you are saying from medial to lateral, this is the medial, right? This is big toe. Don't be confused. I think it is visible. So this medial side is supplied by our L4. I'm sorry, this is going. This tab is this one I'm coloring. Huh? So this one is L4. The middle one is L5. The lateral one is S1. So this is L4. This is the medial part of the foot. L5. This is the dorsal, most of the dorsal part of the foot. And this is the S1. First, remember what I was confused always when this dorsal, you will get confused with your thumb and the feet, right? So this is, I'm showing the upper portion. This is the dorsal surface. The feet down where you are giving pressure when you are walking, that is your plantar surface. So this is what I draw here. This is the, if I'm giving an anklet, like if this is the anklet, okay? So this is upper part, okay? So this is our dorsal. This is our dorsal surface. And if the down, that is the plantar surface. So this one you have to be sure, you have to be confirmed, don't confuse about this one. So dermatome supplying medially is L4. The middle part, most of the part is by L5. And this one is by S1, okay? Now, root compression, if they're asking of root compression, this is different. And if they're asking of the nerve root or nerve injury, which nerve, that is different. What? In case of L4, the nerve root will be, the root compression can be from L3, L4. L5, the root compression is over L4, L5. S1, the root compression will be L5, S1. That means the last vertebra disc, the last vertebra is associated with the nerve root. Got it? First, know about this one, okay? Now come with, if there, what are there, with any nerve, what we want to learn? Motor. Then we want to know about the sensory, and we want to know about the reflex, if it is not there or not, and if some nerve stress test. Nerve stress test. Okay. Now I will do the nerve stress test first. L4, femoral nerve stress test, it is positive. L5, nothing. S1, sciatic nerve stress test is positive. Okay. Reflex. L4 we know on the 4, this is for knee, right? So this is the knee reflex. This is supplying the knee reflex. L5, no reflex is associated with that. S1, this is the ankle reflex. Okay. Now come with sensory dermatome. I have already just showed you the picture that it is the medial side. It is the dorsal, the middle one. It is the lateral one. This is the according to the picture. The one I have drawn with anklet. Okay. So now come with the motor one. So motor, this is important. Motor, this L4 will cause you dorsiflexion of the foot, the whole foot. Dorsi of the whole foot. This one is causing dorsi of the great toe only. The great toe only. Plus ankle inversion. Ankle inversion. And this last one is doing Last one is doing plantar flexion of the feet. So when you are memorizing this, try to move your feet when you are doing this. L4, move your foot up. This is dorsiflexion. L5, move your great toe up. This is the dorsiflexion of the great toe, and invert your ankle. This is L5. Okay. And put your foot down. This is S1. So put your feet up. L4. Put your feet, great toe up. L5 plus ankle inversion. Put your feet down. This is S1. This topics actually, this motor is so important actually, other than this others. And of course, dermatome will also help you, but dermatome sometimes you can get confused from their language, how they're describing. So with this motor, you can differentiate easily if you know this one. Okay, so motor you cannot forget. So dorsal flexion of the foot, L4, dorsiflexion of the great toe and ankle inversion, L5, plantar flexion of the foot, this is S1. Now tell me, now if they're telling L5 radiculopathy, that means L5 there's problem. So what you will lose? What there will be loss? Of course, L5 means our middle of the dorsal, most of the area sensation will be lost according to our picture. And also, and why I'm telling dermatome is not helping, because the questions I got sometimes with sensory, I went there and it's not helping, because the foot now it's so vague, they are giving the sensory involvement, and it is very difficult to localize the dermatome, of course, so they will not give you the specific. So but motor, yes, they will give you the specific thing. So L5 radiculopathy means, as I told you, what L5 they're doing? They're doing what? Dorsiflexion of the great toe and ankle inversion. So in L5 radiculopathy, you will not get that. You will not get that because there is a problem with the L5 nerve. Okay, so there will be loss of dorsiflexion of the great toe, loss of ankle inversion, but eversion will be intact. Eversion is okay. That is how you are making differentiate with common peroneal nerve. Common peroneal nerve. So common peroneal nerve, it is associated with L4, L5, S1, S2. This is a branch of sciatic nerve. This is causing the foot drop. So how you will differentiate in between these two? If they are telling they cannot evert the ankle, this is common peroneal nerve injury. This word is important. This eversion is important. If they cannot do the eversion, this is common peroneal nerve. Other than that, if they cannot do the dorsiflexion, ankle, hand, or other things, this is L5 radiculopathy. The main important thing between the common peroneal nerve and L5 radiculopathy is your eversion. Okay. Another thing left, sciatic nerve. In case of sciatic nerve, you will get the flail foot. Most of the reflection will be lost, ankle, plantar, because this sciatic is with all the roots. This common peroneal nerve, this is itself a branch of sciatic. So sciatic is the bigger one, right? So they are from L4 to S3, all the things. So everything will be lost. You will get flail foot, you will get muscle loss, muscle wasting, reflex loss. So this is easier. Okay, this is easier. But common peroneal nerve, you will not get all the reflexes lost. Some reflexes it will be there because not all the nerve roots are, hampering. Okay, so main complication is there in the question. This L5 and common peroneal nerve, these two are getting confused together. Okay, and this nerve root number, if it is L4, L5, and S1. So regarding motor, because dermatome, I think we all know more or less. We can remember this one because this is our from first year. But this motor is so important. So this is like dorsiflexion. If you are putting up, just whenever you are memorizing this, better with that. Like move your feet up, move your feet, move your finger, that great toe up, then move your feet down. This is L4, L5 and S1. Okay. Now you need to know the muscles also who are doing, because with muscles also there is question. Okay. Now dorsiflexion with L4, right? Feet dorsiflexion, feet up dorsiflexion. So which muscles are important? Which muscles are doing the dorsiflexion? All the vowel are doing the dorsiflexion. All the vowel. All my pens. Good. Like this. A, E, I, O, U, vowels, right? These are doing dorsiflexion. Now, what is A, E, I, O, U? This is flat foot dorsi. Okay, foot dorsi. So, what is A and E? A for anterior, E for extensor. Tibialis anterior and extensor digitorum. These two are causing dorsi. These two are causing your foot up. Okay. Now come. What is causing the foot down? The other one. So in case of anterior, you will do what? Posterior. So tibial is posterior and flexor. This is extensor. What is your opposite one? Flexor. So flexor digitorum longus. This one is causing.
Doctor, page is not visible.
Okay, sorry. This is the problem when I'm. Yeah. Can you see now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Please remind me if the page is away because when I'm writing, I'm not looking at the screen. Thank you so much. Okay. So if it is tibialis A and E, I told you A for anterior, E for all the vowels are doing dorsal up. That dorsiflexion of the foot. So anterior, tibialis anterior and extensor digitoris. This is causing foot dorsiflexion. So the opposite one will cause the plantar flexion, right? So opposite of anterior is posterior, tibialis posterior. That's how I am remembering, guys. So okay. And extensor opposite is flexor. So this flexor digitorum, these are causing plantar flexion. Okay, so if tibialis posterior is hampered, there will be flat foot. There will be flat foot. They cannot flex. Okay, so this one also doing digitorum, and another one is inversion. No? This digitorum is also causing flexion plus inversion. Flexion plus inversion. So there is some other muscle, of course, there who is doing the eversion. That is peroneus longus. This is doing the eversion. Okay. So I got a question from this tibialis posterior. I got a question of this peroneus longus about the position. This peroneus longus is behind the lateral malleolus. Behind the lateral malleolus. Another thing, this position, tibialis anterior, this vowel, these vowels are anterior of medial malleolus. These are posterior of medial malleolus. So this is anterior, all the vowels with your A and E. This is doing foot dorsi. Okay, this is the anterior of the medial malleolus. Posterior of the medial malleolus, the opposite of anterior and extensor, they are doing flexion of the foot. Okay, plantar flexion of the foot. And the eversion they are doing with peroneus longus. This is behind the lateral malleolus. So they love this eversion and dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. They love it. From this, maybe 2 or 3 questions I got from the muscle, but mainly this nervous is so important for our part 2. Please, so don't forget this table, please.